And hello and welcome back to, I was going to say Trails into Cold Steel, but that's not right for either of the things I've been playing recently. Welcome back to my throat sucks fucking ass at the moment. Good talk. Welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles post-game. I got one more DLC to do, so let's go do that.
Oh my, oh my. Whatever is the meaning of this? That's most peculiar. There had never been any issue with me hitching a ride on an armory before. Now you're telling me that I, moi, yours truly, may not accompany you.
Elder's orders, Mom. Please don't make things difficult, Miss Masha. You know well enough. I don't have the authority to permit your departure without at least a platoon. For protection.
Huh.
Yes, I do understand, of course. Sensible, really. Given poor Uncle Gurney's horrid plight, heightening security on all outbound transports, are we, Moni, dearest? I've needs too. Forget platoons. I've a mind to enlist every lost number there is. Would that suit you better? That said, perchance, if you were to reconsider, I would be more than capable of fending for myself. Do you see what I'm alluding to?
I'm in no position to decide, Mom. In any case, I'm afraid you'll have to take it up with the Elder.
Oh, I commend your obedience. Thank you. That'll be all.
Such a distinctly different design from...
What a wet blanket. And here I was, so raring to go. I feel as a babe cast by the wayside. To business. Let's see. How might I foil Moni dearest's little arrangement?
Uh-oh. She is definitely looking our way. So, she looks dressed like no one else in this area ever has been. Very distinct design, I guess, is the better way to phrase it.
Excuse me?
Hello? Aren't you... Have you perhaps business outside of the city? And if so, might it trouble you to take me with you?
That came out of nowhere. Who even are you?
You don't know? This is Lady...
Ah! Where are my manners? Please forgive my impertinence. It's simply that I'm in something of a hurry. Masha. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Hi, Masha. We're...
Oh, I know full well who you are. You're a known quantity here, my dears. You'd be hard-pressed to find anyone in the city who doesn't know of you.
So she mentioned lost numbers and stuff. I'm guessing she's just like, it's been a while. They mentioned before at some point, like, there's, like, families that are basically almost like mob leaders. In terms of, like, the organization of a lot of the stuff. Not mob, like political mob leaders, maybe. I forget exactly what it was. My guess is something like that, though. Also, those bell hair things. Are those clipping? It's
You said you wanted to accompany us. Why?
Gosh, aren't you a cautious one? It's nothing of grave importance, I assure you. I just happen to have some personal matters to attend to in the Fornis region. The Aegis Wilderness, to be precise. It may surprise you, but I happen to have a modicum of skill in battle, above that of the average layperson. It wouldn't be the first time I've left the city. In fact, I'm rather accustomed to working on my own. But it seems I've been met with some skepticism. Dear me.
Pull the other one. You can fight!
Her attire certainly doesn't conform to Lost Numbers dress code regulations.
It's about as far from military fatigues as you can get without falling off the edge of the world.
Yes, I get that a lot. But I'm afraid my fashion sense is non-negotiable. Only when one pursues beauty with every breath is it that one may validate proof of one's existence.
Sure. Aegis Wilderness, huh? We might not be going there for some time. Is that okay?
No trouble at all. I'm sure you have your own duties to fulfill. I hope you'll allow me to humbly assist you as a concerned and dedicated representative of the city. Well, as you can see, I could not have found more exceptional bodyguards. You'll have no qualms now, I hope? Give Moni dearest my regards, won't you?
Very well.
All right, people, what say we get a move on? Time waits for no cognoscenti.
Yeah, okay, keep your hair
Which
up.
might be a challenge with her hairstyle.
Well, guess you're with us for a while then, Masha. Don't worry, you'll be in good company.
Yeah. Okay.
We've made some new friends.
The Aegis Wilderness is vast. We should make ingress from the Zem's Crossway side.
I guess I do technically already have a quest involving this, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I can just jump there. I really do like that they put stuff on the map for this game. It makes coming back to it much easier.
That sound.
Okay.
Well, lady, we're here. The Aegis Wilderness. Like you asked.
Lady, I do have a name, you know.
So, Masha, what's the plan now?
You are aware of the Annihilation events, yes?
Of course we are. Do you think we've had our heads stuck in the mud or something?
Well, I happen to be looking for a patch of land that was the site of such an event. The Aegis Wilderness, being prone to frequent events, makes it a prime location for my purposes.
Except that runs the risk of us walking straight into another one ourselves.
Yeah, we better not stick around here too long.
Hold on.
Tyon used to be in Agnes's survey branch. I think he's researching the area.
Wonderful. Music to my ears.
There's one old site. The survey branch maps have it labeled as Piento Basin. It's something of a trek, but it might be sensible to head there instead of us wandering around aimlessly for hours.
My, what a strikingly valuable piece of information. I couldn't have asked for more.
We'll go with you. You don't want to be dealing with all the monsters roaming around here alone.
A most gracious offer. I suppose I'll take you up on that.
So, what's so important about this place, anyhow?
A picture is worth 1,000 words, my dear. If luck should favor us, you're sure to find out soon enough.
Marching straight into annihilation zones. You must have nerves of steel.
You flatter me to no end, Lance.
I suppose, did we ever actually, like, work out the specifics of, like, the physics that go down with those zones? I don't remember if we did. It's an interesting thought, though. It's been a while since I finished the game, and I know there's a bunch of stuff involving all that. So I'm not too worried. Oh, yeah, okay. Is this always here? I don't remember this being... I don't remember this being always here.
My oh my, what a thorn in our sides.
Oh, enemies. Okay.
This isn't worth our time!
Let's end this quickly.
She's a healer. Okay, that's good to be aware of.
I'll let you show me up, Noah.
Yay!
Too soon.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Oh, God, I haven't heard the meteor line in so long. And it really pairs well with sending someone off.
My, oh my! To think that I would find one so soon. Let it never be said that the fruits of one's labors are not rewarded.
Okay.
What have you got there?
Some leftover?
Again, I must extend to you my deepest thanks.
Okay, everyone, let's surround her and not let her leave until we know what she found.
I would never have laid my hands upon this were it not for your sterling efforts.
It's a rock?
It's half a rock.
Looks like a rock to me.
Those are unusual inclusions. I've never seen anything like it. It's as if a number of different types of stone have all been interlaced.
On the ball once more, your assessment is absolutely correct.
That does have some implications.
This stone was formed after several types of subterraneous minerals were exposed to tremendous energy, merging into one.
Tremendous energy.
The annihilation effect.
It finally clicked, I see. You might even call this stone a new type of mineral, a curious byproduct of annihilation. As it is created through sheer chance, it is vanishingly improbable that one might reproduce it through human means.
So it's a pretty precious stone then, is what you're saying?
Do you see now why it is that I was so adamant to depart the city?
It does seem pretty special. But what are you going to do with it? Wear it?
Not a terrible idea, really. But no, I already have a different purpose for it in mind.
Oh yeah?
Indeed. Allow me to reiterate before I recapitulate. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Chosen friends, might I ask you to return with me once more to the city? Indeed, what outcome might this ill-omened stone, born of calamity, bring about? In due time, I will show you.
Okay. Not gonna say no to that part.
No point lingering here. Let's continue this somewhere altogether more comfortable, in the city.
Ooh, something's coming down.
Sounds like a plan.
So, I will distinctly say that I never got the impression that the Annihilation events, like, left behind all the material. Because that is the implication that they seem to be saying for this, right? That the Annihilation event just straight up took the material, presumably all
Some
this,
monsters even fight among themselves.
and condensed it into that little thing. That seems to be the implication. Unless I'm misinterpreting what they're referring to. Which is perfectly possible.
Without further ado, heavens above, I'd completely forgotten.
What is it?
The implication of what I just said, though, about what it seems to be implying is, what if it's not just rocks in a specific Annihilation event area?
I'm so sorry. I failed to mention what is arguably the most vital facet of my identity.
Come again?
I know it's rather late, but allow me to formally introduce myself. Masher, lapidarist extraordinaire, at your humble service.
Meaning nothing to me. Should I?
Lappy what now?
Yeah, no. I was not going to try to say it again, Uni. You are a braver soul than I.
A lapidarist extraordinaire, my dear. An artisan of the crafts, if you will, in drab layman's terms.
Lapidarist is fine to say if the word's in front of me. I'm not going to remember that, though.
I specialize in gem processing and precious metalwork, mainly. But I also dabble in many other types of ornamentation.
Huh. Sounds like you keep busy.
Yep.
Could I trouble you for a bigger reaction?
Why would we care? I know there's... Let me guess, accessories. Like, there's probably going to be something relevant that we can use for battle and whatnot, but at the same time, why would you assume we care?
Your or the fabled lapidurist extraordinaire, or how inspirational would fit well in this conversational beat.
If anything, I'm surprised you had time to learn to fight like you do. On top of all your other hobbies, I'd say.
Oh, I hadn't considered that possibility. Thank you for your honest opinion.
These crafts you're talking about, you can make something from that stone.
I can and I shall. Let's see. Judging by the quality of this stone, it might make for a fanciful ring. Normally, it's my policy not to show my methods to the general public. But I'll make an exception this time, just for you. Now watch as the city's lauded lapidurist extraordinaire flaunts her artisanal prowess.
Yeah, okay. Got that on the nose. Rest spots, magic and craft accessories using ending matter, which can be traded for in the Land of Challenge in the page's shops. Different regular accessories in the following. Special effects side at random accessory type effects. Each effect's probability. In addition to the special effect, 4 potential basic stat boosts will be assigned. Accessory type effects each boost probability. The basic ones that can be... That's... Only one crafted accessory can be equipped per character. Sure, let's try it.
I'm getting peckish. Do we have any snacks?
It's a forced tutorial. It's been a friggin' long time since I had one of these. Type of accessory will affect what special effect? It would be more likely to confer. Select the enigmatic ring. Attackers. Okay. Might as well. Imagine if I didn't have enough money.
That ought to do it.
Boost damage down when attacking higher level enemies by 50%. Not really useful at this point, but okay. Enhancing is can have an item grade each. Can be enhanced item grade 5. Okay. Makes sense. But also much less interesting at the point of the game I am in. And it costs money. No, it costs enigmatter. I had 2 then, I guess.
More refined
Dismantling. You
than
have
ever.
space to craft up to a total of 300 accessories. These cannot be sold. You can dismantle ones that you have no use for. By dismantling an accessory, you get back some of the materials you used to create and enhance it. Dismantled accessories are gone forever, so choose carefully. Take your party out in accessories tailored to their needs, strengthening the ones with the useful special effects and dismantling those that won't be of much help. Very interesting. Also, if I was planning to do fighting from this point on...
Beautifully done, if I do say so myself. Durable and easy to refine. I made the right call picking that stone for an accessory. Mio, I'd like to impart this ring to you.
Huh? Are you sure?
Nevermore. Take it and keep it to commemorate our meeting.
Wait, didn't you go searching for that stone because you wanted the ring?
They do say that curiosity and danger are 2 trunks of the same tree. What you ought to know about me is that I live as I please. That's really all there is to it.
I'm surprised. That's not the kind of mentality I'd have expected from one of the city folk.
Yes, you'd think that, wouldn't you? But having different thoughts and beliefs, that's what makes us human. Just as the people of House Vandam march on Mobius, waving the banner of war, so do you have House Doyle, who stay back, putting the city's preservation above all else. But that's not to say everyone who chooses pacifism thinks the way a Doyle might. Myself, for instance.
But aren't we supposed to all be working together to defeat Mobius?
Yes, I acknowledge that truth as well. It's a thorny question, to be sure. But be that as it may, I simply cannot in good conscience abandon my principles. Even straying from the soldier's path, How could I deride anyone who seeks meaning in life, who strives for an enlightened future? The city today is a melting pot, one great messy confluence of thoughts. But I'm of the belief that one day they will all meld together to create sweet, perfect harmony, much like the stone that we discovered. Incidentally, and I'm sorry to change the subject.
Then I'll say my thought before getting off the subject. Like the stone we discovered. Do you remember what led up to that stone being discovered? The thing that happened first.
I think I've taken quite a liking to you all. And on that note, I have a suggestion. What would you say to entering into an exclusive contract with moi?
Huh? Contract for what?
It would grant you the right to receive my premium services as a lapidarist extraordinaire, expressly and expeditiously. Clearer now? And that applies to you, especially.
Me?
You have the makings of a model, Mio. Such qualities are rare to come by. You are a diamond in the rough, my dear. I can see it now. You'll be a future trendsetter.
Thanks, I guess.
Everyone else must feel like just chopped chicken at this point.
Oh, but I wouldn't dream of forcing you. That would go against my principles. All right, my dears. Might I have an answer?
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't mind that. What's everyone else think?
I don't see why not. Sounds like a good offer to me.
You're gonna make gear for us, yeah? Can't say no to that.
No objections from me.
Nor me. And you evidently know how to handle yourself.
Yeah, I want a ring just like Mimi's.
Splendid. Then it's a done deal. Oh, one more thing. I'll have to ask you to procure the necessary materials for my work. And of course, I'll have to ask you to reimburse me for the labor as well.
What? Oh, come on.
You're gonna charge us? Some generosity that is.
On the contrary, I'd be more wary of anyone who offers their services for free.
There is some truth to that. The trick is less so yeah, you know, there's some truth to that, but that's not actually, I guess wary is the right word. Don't take it like if you don't know and already trust the person, right?
And besides, I pride myself on my skills as a lapidarist extraordinaire. Rest assured that any articles you request will be delivered to the highest possible standard. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Okay. Interesting. I'm not sure what I expected, but it certainly does make for an interesting,
I look forward to a fruitful partnership.
fun weapons. Okay. Combat healer who heals nearby allies on critical hits. Also set fields that use users' HP and aren't used. Okay, that's interesting. Time to... I assume I need to level it up for whatever needs to go next. Oh, look how bad that looks. That's so unfortunate. Oh no, easies. Easiest way to see it. Oh, that's so unfortunate. They gave her this interesting outfit and they didn't really... It feels lazy. It feels like they could have made it so much more interesting. And it sort of works, but nah. I would never want any of my characters to wear that, I guess is probably the simple way of saying it. The nice way of saying it. No, man, it's not even the nice way of saying it. Oh well.
Observe my strategy.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
Wait!
Good thing we found this.
Wow, that only took 2 of them this time. That's actually, it went to 6, then 10 immediately. I'm either getting better at it or it had less to actually level up everything. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad for the grind on this one. The last one took like 3 or 4 of those, as well as a bunch of searching for like a good option, a way to grind. So that was much less painful. Oh, taking a little bit. Loading straight into the cutscene. Yep. Okay, there we go.
Oh, at long flipping last. There you are, Mash.
Looking for moi?
Maz, how have you been? We've been scouring high and low for you.
Yes. Lovely to see you too. You have some business to discuss?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pull the other one, Mash. It's got bells on it.
The other one, Mash. On the hair?
So cold, Mazzy. Ice cold. Don't pretend you don't know what we're talking about.
The bells, it just made me think of her hair. Are these, This feels like 2 people that don't actually know her that are going up and just pretending to know her. And she's like, yeah, I know a lot of people. I don't remember, but let's just act like I know them too.
Me and my fair lady ordered matching accessories. Quite a while ago, too. It's getting silly now.
Yeah, and I recall we paid a pretty penny up front too. Don't want to rush you, Maz, but come on.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, of course, I hadn't forgotten.
Oh, it totally is that. So some people that go up, like, know her well enough, at least know about her well enough to be like, man, you probably forgot a bunch of stuff. If we just go up and start acting like it.
I was literally just pinning down the final touches on the design. I'm on the cusp of beginning production.
Oh, you were you? Well, I'm glad to hear it, Mash.
See, I don't know if she, like, actually remembered it and is just like, oh, no, yeah, no, I just forgot it for all that time. Now I remember it, though. Or if she just, like, never remembered it and is just, like, being peer pressured into, if I say no here, that would look really bad if I'm wrong.
Phew! I was sweating buckets there. Thought the whole thing had slipped your mind.
Perish the thought. That would be tragic.
Right.
My sincerest apologies. It did, in fact, utterly escape me.
Figured.
Figures.
But Maz, you're so chuffing brilliant at what you do. It's just such a crying shame that you're like this, you know?
Okay. So, they don't seem like scammers now. It took the turn.
Oh, how it pains me to know it.
Hey, at least you remembered now. We're still on board, by the way. Long as you give us a discount.
We're looking forward to the finished products. Ta-ta!
My bad.
Well, I put my foot in it again. Perhaps I ought to hire a clerk.
Are you managing it yourself? You're the craftsman, and you look like you have enough. Then again, you probably make all your stuff. You might not actually have much money.
What is the deal with those guys?
They're soldiers, those 2. Illustrious members of the Lost Numbers. Not to mention my clients. Previously, I received a commission from them for a pair of matching accessories, but clearly my mind was otherwise occupied. Letting my clients wait any longer than this is going to tarnish my reputation. I'll have to expedite my work.
Should we help?
What? Are you quite sure?
We'd be pretty crappy friends if we just left you in the lurch now, innit?
Gosh, well, I'm incredibly grateful for the offer. I shall have to be sure to compensate you appropriately when the order is completed.
Will we need to leave the city again to gather materials?
No, before any of that, we will need to prioritize information gathering.
Information? What kind? And what?
Even the most basic accessory necessitates a great deal of thought. One must consider its shape, application, presentation.
Well, most of this should have been part of the order. Did you lose that? We're gonna show up at the end and be like, this isn't what we ordered. Yes, but don't you like it? Isn't it, like, perfect for you? But it's also not what we ordered.
But above all else, it is imperative to pin down the nature of the individual to whom it will ultimately belong.
How do you mean, nature?
We must learn more about Jake and Tessa, find out what makes them tick. Only then will we discern the accessories they desire. That is how I do things, and that is where we must begin.
Sounds like a really roundabout way to do things. Why not just ask them yourself?
Only a third-rate charlatan would consider such a thing. The true creme de la creme must fulfill their clients' orders without uttering even a word.
But you don't have much time.
Which is why I'm very grateful for your assistance.
We may have our work cut out for us.
I suppose we should start by asking people who are close to those two.
That's the way indeed. Then let's begin our inquiries. We must talk to Jake and Tessa's compeers in the Lost Numbers and find all we can about them.
Okay, I guess that's the quest.
Always nice to see Jake and Tessa, yeah? They seemed a bit wishy-washy, if I'm honest.
Well, let's see. Their actions will surely speak for themselves.
Wishy-washy is a way to phrase it.
Huh. Would you believe it?
I want to know about Jake and Tessa. Yeah, I got you. The kind of celebrities amongst us Lost Numbers. Oh, really? They don't like to talk about it too loudly, but you know how Jake's basically houseless, right? Houseless. Oh, like noble stuff? Ah, yes. Certain circles bandy the term about describe one who cannot trace a descent to any established lineage. It's unfortunate, but people in that position often find themselves pushed to the fringes of our society. Jake got bullied relentlessly as a kid. Poor guy could never catch a break. But Tessa, who's the same age as Jake, would always look after him and make sure he was okay. The darker Jake's mood got, the brighter, more cheerful she'd act around him. In fact, it's probably thanks to her that Jake starts lighting up. Now he's, well, as you know him. Ah, that wasn't the kind of story I was expecting. Never think it from the way he acts. We met him like once. Yeah, well, they can get on your nerves sometimes, but you can't deny it. It's kind of an inspiring story, and they've earned our respect. Not every day you get to see a story of true love unfold, huh? No big wonder they end up getting hitched in the end, I suppose. Do we know that they're actually together? It's implied, but what if everyone's just assuming they're together?
Would you believe it?
Tessa's from House of Rhodes. They try not to have anything to do with the Van Hams and the Doyles if they can. Personality-wise, Tessa's more of a Van Ham. She's always wanted to bring the fight to Mobius. Naturally, her parents didn't look too kindly on her wanting to be a soldier. They were this close to disowning her one time. That's when Jake stepped in. He convinced Tessa's folks to let her join the Lost Numbers under the condition that he'd sign up to protect her. If it was going to be so hard on Tessa, wouldn't it make more sense for Jake to try and talk her out of it as well? Well, when you put it like that, but then there'd be no one left on Tessa's side at all. Maybe it sounds cliched, but Jake will always have Tessa's back, even if it means the whole world's against them. Talk about passionate, eh? I swear to goodness, it's going to be like, oh my goodness, these guys are the perfect couple, and they're going to be like, not a couple. And they're going to have like, actually, like, legitimately just no interest in each other at all. Back in the day, Tessa once found herself caught between Kavesi and Agnian troops during a mission. It was a big one, promises and all. The platoon had a tough call to make, calling a retreat, but they had to leave Tessa behind. But Jake? No. Jake refused the order. Let me guess, he went in and rescued her all by himself? That's right. Fire from both nations fell all around them like rain, while he ran in with all the breath in his lungs. Everyone thought they were as good as dead, but no, Jake picked up the wounded Tessa and did the impossible, getting her home. He ended up taking more hits than her. Wound up bloody from head to toe, not a pretty sight. But he didn't mind. He was just that content that he didn't have to lose Tessa. Wish I had half that guy's courage. It makes for an interesting story.
That should be information enough for now. Shall we reconvene?
Sounds good.
Yep. Okay.
So, can we
What
talk?
conclusion are we going to come to?
Well, this wasn't what I was expecting.
I know. I figured they'd be a couple of quirky jokers.
Sounds like they've had it rough.
Indeed. They appear so ostentatious and fickle, one could be quick to dismiss them as mindless followers. But the truth is that they are loyal soldiers both, and they care deeply for each other. In which case, I'd be inclined to substitute an eye-catching design for something altogether more somber. The accessory they seek is most likely...
Most likely... what?
That shall have to wait. In any case, I have a clear idea of what would suit them now. You've been a tremendous help.
Oh, I mean, wedding ring, right?
Good to hear. So I'm guessing the next step is we go looking for the materials, yeah?
Haha, you guessed correctly.
Are you going to tell us what we need?
Yes, I'll need two things. One of them, far easier to come by. I'll start with that. One may find rose quartz growing on Corn Island on the Erythia Sea. What I would need is a quartz crystal with a particularly high purity, known as red shawl.
Corn Island. Got it. Let's go take a look.
Okay, maybe I even already have it. I do not. Damn it. Yeah, let's do what we can at the very least.
There's crystals everywhere. How are we gonna find the right stuff?
That's a question best left for our resident expert, Masha.
Well, we got a map for that, so we don't really need to worry about that step too much. And there we go. Even those enemies were too low level to care.
The next leg of our journey will take us to the Orion tunnels.
Hold on. Don't tell me you're taking us down there to do actual mining for you.
Close, but no mica. It's not minerals you'll be mining this time, but monsters.
Huh? No, literally, right?
Deep in the Orion tunnels, there's said to exist a rare species of rockel. The unique mineral which takes root on its back, argentium, will be our next target. Though I must confess, I have only ever set eyes on it but a single time.
But how are you so sure that you'll be able to find it then?
Well, we had no trouble getting the first material. Let's stay optimistic.
Better hope our luck's not run out yet. Off to the mines with us then.
Yes, we crave the mines. Let's go. This all does make me quite thankful that I, Ow.
Looks like a pretty rare specimen.
Ooh, there we go. Maybe
Is that the
that's it.
rockel we wanted?
Should be easy to take down,
Quite
all things
remarkable,
considered.
isn't it? Let's procure our ore before it gets away.
I'm very happy that I took out named enemies, because this was just 20 times easier as a result.
We got the Argentium without too much fuss.
We were fortunate indeed. Well then, the city beckons.
That's it? Perfect. Super duper simple.
Once again, your incomparable efforts have paved the way forward. Thank you, my dears. I feel now that I can finally produce the accessory I have in my mind's eye.
Isn't this an excessive amount of time and effort for a couple of accessories?
Well, how much did they pay?
That, good sir, is the difference between the ready-made and the tailor-made. That, and it's my sales point. All right, you may have to give me a while.
So how does she get her materials normally? Because we came across her at the beginning and it was like, I'm not even being allowed out of the city. Come on.
It is complete.
Contract bracelets. Bracelets? Interesting. I don't know if that's how it works
Good
here.
work, Masha. Okie doke. Time to deliver the goods to those two.
Yes, just a moment. I've given them a call and arranged for them to take delivery at the Founders Square.
I really hope they'll like them.
They better. After all the trouble they put us through.
You needn't worry. They will be satisfied, I assure you, or my name is not Masha.
I mean, I'm not sure we know that with complete
So it's
confidence.
bracelets this time, huh?
That's correct. Rings, bracelets, and the like happen to be my forte.
So it seems. Again, if I was to predict how this would go, it would be they either already wanted like wedding ring equivalents, or we're basically going to give them wedding ring equivalents, and they're going to be like, "What? I didn't ask for this."
Jake, Tessa. So sorry to have kept you waiting. These would be the items you requested. Do check if they're to your liking.
Oh, finally! Really kept us waiting, eh?
I know. I am buzzing.
The silver luster comes from an alloy of argentium. To my understanding, it is one of the strongest precious metals there is.
This seems smaller
Your
than his arm.
unbreakable ties inspired the design at the heart of the bracelet, inlaid with a red gem of the highest purity. Those bracelets will not corrode or tarnish, and will preserve your bond for a great many years down the line.
This will do just grand. I couldn't have asked for something better. Kinda scary how perfect it is.
Amazing. We barely told you anything.
I really must confess, this is arguably one of my finest works to date. What better keepsake could there be to assuage the both of you alike?
Well, so you knew.
So you already know that much about us?
Hardly.
I don't know what assuage means.
It was quite simple. This was not the first time I've been enlisted for such a request. I'm not psychic.
Wait, what's this about? A keepsake?
You know what happens to us folk when we pop out clogs?
Yeah.
We're lost numbers fighting at the front. Our numbers could be up tomorrow, and nothing will be left of us. We'll just whoosh into light. It's crap. We're not having any of it. Our names will go up on some cenotaph, but all we'll be is just another statistic.
Yeah. So you see, we figured there had to be a better way for us to be remembered by. Something that'd last long into the future. Something that we'd be proud of, to keep us in good memory.
And that's where the keepsakes come in.
There is naught in this life more beautiful and precious than a happy, cherished memory. And yet, it is human nature that the more precious we perceive a thing, the more we fear it might be whisked away. Like these two here. They aren't the first city folk who wish to set their memories in stone. And certainly won't be the last. To leave something permanent, telling the world that they once lived, their lives' history writ, and spirits enshrined. A love that cannot be seen, immortalized in physical form. Therein lies the quintessence of my work as lapidarist extraordinaire.
Now that there's the head of House Cassini. Gal's a cut above. We were right to stick by you. Thanks, Emil. You're a gem.
Trust us. We'll take extra good care of him. Until our final breath. No. For a long, long, long time yet.
If the both of you are satisfied, then I am too. Those bracelets, may they serve you well, and impart to you a future both bright and prosperous.
Well, that's nice and sweet. Nice little message. I didn't expect it to be the military stuff, but I probably should have.
All right, that about wraps up the order. I'm truly grateful for all the support you've given me, you know. Rare is the job where one can feel such fulfillment.
Before we wrap up, I'd like to ask you something.
Yes, I'm all ears, my dear.
Those two appeared to mention something quite significant back there. The head of House Cassini.
Oh, well, yeah, she was the head or some important person, and somehow that was like a given from the first, little bit.
My, oh my, oh my. It seems I've been found out, have I?
What is this House Cassini?
One of the city's 6 houses. You know, like the House Vandam that Monica leads. If you're the head, then that makes you Monica's equal. You must be in quite the position of power.
Oh, hardly. I would never compare myself to the likes of Moni, dearest.
Oh, that's who fucking... Okay, that makes sense.
I only succeeded the role as a formality when the former head unexpectedly made it known that they were going to step down.
And that doesn't interfere with your lapidarist extraordinaire business? Doesn't seem very leaderly. What's everyone got to say about that?
Free is the citizen who embraces their freedom. We of House Cassini are free spirits, more so than the other houses. Such has been our code for generations. So long as one forges one's own path in life, unbound by societal principles, my house's role is to respect and support them in it. So, you see, I serve the people of the city in my own way, as I personally see fit.
Wow, there really are all kinds in the city, huh?
I mean, she basically just said, I'm going to do whatever I want, and, I'll make sure it helps the people, but I'm just going to do what I want, right? It's not a horrible approach. Doing what you have passion for and using it as a way to help others through what you create or what you do. Fantastic goal, too. A fantastic goal of a place to get to in life. I think that in itself is great. But not as purely noble as she was saying, I'd say.
Well now, that was a job well done. And thanks to the experience, I believe I have some new ideas for accoutrements. Let me use this sudden flash of inspiration to put our contract to good use. You did do the Ferris's share of the work, after all.
Thanks, Masha. We'll be counting on you.
And I shall expect nothing but the finest patronage.
Indubitably. Okay. Thank you very much. I should probably look at that craft accessories before completely going on.
Oh, so that's how they're doing.
Okay. Tiara. Completely ran. I mean, I don't got anything to do shit with, but... How much do I get back? Not nearly enough
Tuck
to
that
do
away safely
anything remotely useful. So we just get the random one. Okay. That's fine. It does make for the potential for some interesting stuff. The last thing I ask of you,
Right
Masha,
then. Should we get a move on?
is to just undo everything you've ever done for us. Just out of curiosity. Jewel, right? Okay. That's probably a good place to end for this one. I think I have one more major thing to do in the post-game. I think we all have an idea of what it is after what I've done previously, so I'll see you all with that next time. Drive safely, everyone.